Hello and most welcome to the page here on GBC News. This is why we do chit-chatting. We get those who matter when it comes to sports development. And today, our lenses are on an innovative way of really spreading the talent hunt net wider. And so an initiative has been launched in Ghana. In fact, the organizers, the brains behind it really, I can say on authority that they really did their research, their homework very, very well. Has it ever occurred to you that we can get sporting talent from our private schools? Why is it that intercall, we always say intercall, and the first port of call goes to the public schools, intercall public schools. But have we ever thought of the private school serving as a new hub for talent identification? Well, if no, an initiative has been launched to include the private students. And so students going to the private school also get the opportunity to also be seen on the national scene. Well, the brains behind this initiative are in the house to really work us through. The weekend, something new happened in Ghana and started from the capital, Accra, where the official launch of the Private Schools Sports Fiesta. It was unveiled perfectly at the University of Ghana, the Saba Hall football field. And so I won't take the wind out of their sail. This year, 2025, is their first time coming here, and we have a tradition here that we do. So I'll give them the platform to introduce themselves so that you understand who they are. The next time they come, I'll introduce them. So to my immediate left is a senior and somebody who is really passionate to see the growth, development of sports and education in this country, and it's in the person of
Enock Kwesi Gyekye.
Okay, so Enock Kwesi is in the house. Obinfo, that's all. Enock Kwesi is in the house. Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you
for really making this time. I'm really happy I have you here.
Yes.
Then, the last time this man came here, he caused the stir for me. You know why? It was that season that everybody was talking about the World Cup. Then he brought out a new set of jersey, trying to introduce this Friday wear culture where you can feel Ghanaian and feel proud. So I had one of the shirts or the jerseys, and calls kept coming in. I want to buy. Where can I get some to buy? But that thing was customized for just a few people, and I was privileged to have one. Today the gentleman is in this house. He has branded jerseys for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, one of the biggest clubs in this country. And his portfolio is big. He supports women's football, grassroots development, everything. So it's not out of place that this gentleman is in this house to talk about this initiative. And he likes to be called Kaysports, so we call him Kaysports.
Yes.
Kwame is in the house. Kwame, most welcome.
Thank you, Onia.
I think
over to it.
Watch it. So that's Kwame for you, and that is Obinfo. Two great personalities. Now, I won't waste time because we don't have enough time. Even if I give you 10 hours, the volume of work you have to do and what you have in you, it will not be enough. So we'll do it little by little, poco and poco, so that we'll get there.
Sure.
Your shirt even speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Nana, you are closer to the schools.
Yeah.
Now tell me, what sort of curtain has been unveiled or released?
Thank you very much, too. And let me use the opportunity to greet all your cherished viewers this morning, and also the Fraternity of Private Education. I'm the Executive Director for the Private Schools Council. So it's very important I greet them. You know, in education, there are 4 principles that internationally, even our local education system seeks to achieve. One of them is socialization. Every education is underpinned by socialization. And for that matter, when you set up an education, there are no socialization principles in it, then it means that you are not actually delivering education. The other one has to do with the cognitive development.
Okay.
And that is where we have focused in the country for a very long period of time. And that is where our understanding is that, education is all about cognitive development, where people can read and write. The second one has to do with personal development of the person. And that one has to do with the internal attribute that the person inherited or has it inherently born with. So it has to do with the talent aspect of the child. And then the last one has to do with preparing the person for future work. So these are the 4 quadruple areas that education sits on. And over the years, our education system has focused on only the cognitive development. And it has not actually yielded any positive outcome in terms of the country development. And so private schools have shown masteries in terms of cognitive reading and writing and all that. But it is high time we revolutionized our thinking in terms of education. And that has led us to bring in sporting activity. Because we have sat down and realized that the child will learn mathematics on papers, calculation and all that. But if you look at the football or sport, if you are not accurate in your calculations, you will not be able to play. You will not be able to, exert the kind of flair that you have to. It also brings people together in terms of socialization. So the country itself is actually resetting education.
Great.
And for that matter, we have also taken the lead to introduce sporting activity in our education system. The curriculum that we implement in the country actually spurs on sporting or co-curricular activities. But we have not taken the bold initiative to bring it up so that the young ones, those who have potential to become footballers, athletes, and other things, will have also the cause to show their talent. And that will lead them to that kind of future work that we are preparing for them.
Great.
So last Friday, together, it's something that we have planned for a very long time. But we were actually doing the boardroom discussions, making sure that things are well done. We have done a pilot project last year in some of the municipalities to test the drive. And we realized that it is a good thing that we have to bring it up. So last Friday was the launch of the Private Schools Sports Fiesta.
Great.
So that is it.
Kwame.
Yes, sir.
This has been a dream. You've been saying this, moving around. In fact, you've combed, if I can say, almost all the regions, even gone to some countries to go and understudy how they do their stuff. Kwame, what is it? What is the car with this project that you wanted to hit the ground and it's running? What is it?
You see, like you said, before it is time to give the youth the opportunity of unearthing their talent. And the only way you can unearth a talent is to develop it. It's like we go to, like you made mention about chalk, reading maths, English, calculations, and others. They teach you, they examine you, and depending on the results you get, then it depends also the kind of school you go. In so doing, it is time also for us to develop sports within the schools. Then we test them through competitions. And when we do the competitions, we unearth the talents and then put them within academies. In so doing, we can add value to them, then they can become a national asset. They can become an asset to the parents, and they can become an asset to the world.
Great. So we've been seeing private schools doing sports in the past. Somebody is saying, can you two that are championing with your team, can you draw the line? Which one has been launched and which one have you been seeing? We see private schools do it. So which one has been launched and what really is entailed in this one?
Okay, so this one is a sports development.
It's a sports development.
It's not the mere fact that we've just organized ourselves and then we play football and then we go. That is not what we are doing. We actually have a strategic plan where we start with training the sports teachers for them to become coaches in their various capacity as sports teachers.
So the target is purely for the private schools.
Yes.
For a start.
For the start.
Okay.
because we know that we need to set the tone for the country to buy into that. And since we have the privilege at the private schools, we said let's start with the private schools. But that is not the entire focus. We are starting with the private schools. But what I'm saying is that it's a sports development. So it's 15-year project that we have just started.
15
years project that we have just started. What it means is that we are training the teachers for them to know and understand the nitty-gritties around and surrounding sports.
Okay.
We have a curriculum that will also be imbibed in the training of the learners. As they go to classroom to learn science and English, we are actually going to train them on that. And then we will then take it up to even organize sports quizzes where a child could come here and even give you all the conditions or the sessions in FIFA, regulations.
Okay.
Then we also look at the talent aspect. How do we showcase the talent aspect? That is where the games, comes in. But that is not only the focus, where we meet and play, and we are not looking at only football alone. I think Kwame will mention other areas, but I know taekwondo, basketball, rugby, and all those things are part of it. So a child goes to the school, and the child sees that this is the path that I have chosen. Well, my brother, the fact is that we have university graduates who have just completed and they don't have even job to do. Okay? So to develop this country, we need to rethink of how do we come and use the resources that we have to solve the challenges of even unemployment. If we believe that if we are able to set these children and give them the exposure, some of them are going to be the Abedipele type, the Sulemuntali type, and Asamoah type that we have watched before, and the impact that they have created for this country.
Okay. Kwame, we saw football as the curtain raiser, if I'll put it that way, if I'm right. Okay. So 15 years, what is the scope? How is it going to be like? How many disciplines? Currently on the National Sports Authority calendar, I can say 54 disciplines.
Okay. We want to start with 6.
Okay.
But we will grow onto the 6.
Okay.
And currently, as he made mention about, we have developed a 10-year development policy.
For the private schools?
For the private school sports programs.
Okay.
We have developed a 5-year strategic plan, which we will review every 5 years for the 15 years. You see, the idea is that we want to do something that will forever rebuild Ghana sports.
Okay.
And when we talk about Ghana sports, we are not talking about, like you said, football. We are talking about athletics. Mm-hmm. We are talking about volley. We are talking about table tennis. We are talking about taekwondo. We are talking about basketball. Okay. So we are starting with the 6 first. Mm-hmm. Definitely, in between, within a year or so, we are bringing in arm wrestling. We are bringing in mini football. We will be bringing in futsal. Something that Ghana can develop and make a mark on the international world. Mm. For instance, when the minister went to vetting, he made mention about arm wrestling, was the one which won us a lot of medals when we hosted the African Games. So for us, let's start with these 6. Eventually add on. So that, you see, we need to begin to crawl before we walk. We don't want to start everything. That's why we are starting with the private schools. With time, and when people see the need and say that more akwapa nukwafu, they've done this well, let's add the nation's one, which is the public schools to it. We will take it and develop it and make sure everything works better.
I'll stay with you before I come to him to tell Ghanaians the picture where we talk about the number of private schools we have only in Accra, and the magnitude of work you guys are going to do. Kwame, I am coming to you. Do you feel sincerely that the nation and its educational structure has really been biased towards the public sector in terms of sports, and that there's a deliberate neglect for private schools?
For me, I will not go from that angle. Okay. I'd rather say that they have been trying to do something, and it's a nation building. We all must support the nation. Therefore, we have seen the need. Kaysports and GNACOPS have seen the need to also develop that place. It is not a matter of neglect. It's a matter that they have started something. Let's also start something. Meet the halfway. If government sees what we are doing to be nicer and wants to be part of it, we will welcome the government. We will go to them. Because you see, whatever we are doing, we are developing for the nation. At times, a lot of people think, oh, these people, they are privileged to go to private schools. Look, I live in an area where we have only one public schools, but there are over 100 private schools. So assuming the people want to go to even the public school, they can't get opportunity. Therefore, at times, going to private school is not a privilege, but you don't have options. So for me, the government has started something with the public schools. We are starting with the private schools. We will call the government to come and support in terms of technical, because we need to develop the technical people for the nation. So if government comes and say, hey, you guys have started something great, we want to support you on the technical aspect, we want to support you ABCD. We are working with the NSA, the former board chairman of NSA was there.
Yes, I saw a lot of NSA.
NSA brought a rep.
Yes.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports brought a rep. Yeah. Ministry of Education brought a rep. GFA brought a rep.
Corporate Ghana.
Corporate Ghana were there. Table tennis brought a rep. So there were a whole lot of reps over there.
Okay.
We want to develop the sports for Ghana.
You want to develop the sports for Ghana. That is the driving force.
Yes. So it is not a matter of whether somebody has been neglected or not.
Okay.
We are buying yet.
Okay.
So we want to support government.
So for somebody sitting there now thinking, okay, so when we talk about private schools in Accra alone, how many are we talking about? How many schools are we looking at?
So if you look at the data,
okay,
the private schools in Greater Accra contribute 56.5%.
Okay.
In terms of the pre-tertiary. So we are looking around 4,000 to 5,000 private schools around Greater Accra.
Did you say 400 or 4,000?
4,000.
Okay, on that note.
so even in totality, in Ghana, the data that we have from MS, that is Education Management Information System 2021, indicates that we have 22,000 private schools in the country.
22,000?
And we have 3.9 million learners within these private schools.
Well, so definitely we'll get talent.
Yes.
Definitely
yes.
there will be talent
even,
that has not been harnessed.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Last Friday, I was so happy to see, even that was just the curtain raiser, how
the architect.
Yes, that's more. I mean,
okay.
You understand. So definitely, we are going to have a lot of talent that will be exposed to even at the international level, local level, and we are aiming to see that a day will come when you look at the black star that we have, you have about 10 or 5 players coming from this initiative.
Private school initiative, and we'll do
exactly.
it. How time runs
and for your scouting.
I know you are coming there.
You see, the Wafa was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy who won man of the tournament.
Yeah.
Wafa is inviting the guy.
Just right now.
Just right now.
Oh.
Yes. They sent a scout over there.
To come and just look at it.
To come and look at what we were doing.
But the guy is so fantastic.
And you know, when his coach, senior coach, called me and said, Master, did you get players? He said, don't ask me that I got a player. I got players.
On that note, I think we'll pause the discussion here. Time is running fast. We have another guest. We'll come back another time. To really come in, delve into the nitty-gritties. Give us the real structure when you're hitting the other regions to also unveil it there. And then we'll talk about the insurance aspect. I saw GLICO there. And we'll get time to come and talk about it.
Yes.
I haven't seen such
actually
insurance package for
like,
this fiesta.
Like
we'll talk about
sure
it.
That the parents feel secure.
Okay.
That their children are not going to play, and then this.
Yeah, the myth and everything that has happened.
So
Kwame.
GLICO is also coming on board.
Kaysports, GLICO, everybody,
GNACOPS.
GNACOPS, everybody coming on board to do this. Please, we wish you all the best. This is not be the last time. We will get you guys here again for us to talk more. And so if you're out there, you're part of the private school system and you're a PE master, and even you haven't received any letter or any other thing, please inquire. Find out how can I also get ready, because you have talent in your school. Aside the swimming and chess and other things that you play, there are other disciplines that you can play.
But before I leave,
yes.
GBC, GTV, and Happy are their the corporate media partners.
Yes.
Therefore, every day GTV must make mention because they are the partners of this.
Trust Kwame.
noble event.
Trust GBC will do that. Trust GBC will do that. So this is the new initiative, and so we are urging you that let your children play sports. It is good. At the end of the day, you come and shake everybody's hand and say that it's good, you added it. The private schools are not only meant for bourgeoisies. Everybody can be there. You can get an abedipele from your school. So please, all PE masters and everywhere, please get on board. If they will not even come to you, get to them and tell them that you have enough talent at your school, and at the end of the day, it becomes when you produce holistic students out there. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for passing through. Our time is running, but we're hoping that we can. Director will give me some few minutes to get the combat sports people here to give us an update on what is happening. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. That's how wrap it up on the page.
But
when we return, we'll do.
Phone number over there.
It's on social media. How do you get you on social media?
That is why.
So when they go to...
So we go to GNACOPS platform on social media.
You will get you guys.
And PSS.
PSS. You will get it, right?
Yeah.
And so we are on it. So catch you at the flip side. We'll be right back.